Hello, my name's Kent. I'm a creative specialist at Google and I like to demonstrate Code View in Google Web Designer. Normally I'm working in Design View like this, but you can also switch to Code View if you prefer to work that way. On the left you'll see a list of all the files in your project and a refresh button if you make changes. Note you can open any text file here, not just Web Designer files. Image assets will appear in Preview, and SVGs are editable. You'll see a lot of minified JavaScript files which you normally wouldn't change, and the same goes for these CSS files. But really I'm doing all my work with the HTML doc. And the window can be collapsed with this icon. You can increase the text size with the zoom control, and we can change the language mode, which is auto-detected and provides syntax coloring and code completion. On the right is a mini-map which shows the visible part of your code and can be used to scroll through the page, or you can click to jump directly to a section. At the top we have the usual controls like Preview and Publish, so you can work entirely in Code View. The keyboard shortcut Command F brings up the search controls, which are also available in the Edit menu, along with the more powerful Find and Replace. For example, I could search for a div and see 14 are found. They're all highlighted lightly with the current selection stronger, and I can step through them with these arrows or use Command G and Command Shift G to step backwards. Some extra controls are available with these icons: search within a selection, search for whole words, case sensitive, and I can even use regular expressions. When done, the search panel can be closed with this button or the escape key. In the main code editor window, note these little triangles to collapse and expand code blocks. And these icons can also be used to expand blocks. By default, Google Web Designer automatically indents new lines as you type. And notice the closing paragraph tag was created automatically. The Tab key increases indents and Shift Tab decreases them. You can select multiple lines and press the Tab key to restore the correct indenting, and this is useful when copying code from other files, for example. Also, with multiple lines selected, the Command plus square bracket keys adjust indents for several lines at once. We saw a little autocomplete in the example, and I want to cover that in more detail. This feature is pretty handy, and I like using it with CSS, adding styles which aren't available in Design View. For example, I'll start typing text, and I see all these styles I can use. Then the arrow keys can highlight the one I want, and Return or Tab will accept the suggestion. Then I can continue typing. The last thing I want to show is the preferences available in the Edit menu. You have a lot of options here and can scroll down to see more, but the best one is right up at the top, Color Theme. I've already changed mine, but here's the default. There's dark ones and light ones, and I'm using Monokai. The preview gives you instant feedback on many of these settings, like pad parentheses with extra spaces and indent size. I won't cover each one of these, but they should be pretty self-explanatory, especially if you're used to working with code editors. I'll point out the key map, which I'll set to Sublime, so I can use those keyboard shortcuts like Command L to select the current line or Command Shift D to duplicate a line. So I'll save this now, and the color settings are updated, but not all my changes, like the indent. In order to see those changes, you'll need to reopen your file or switch to Design View, make some change, then back in Code View you'll see your updated preferences like the bigger indents. That does it for Code View. Thanks for watching.